Alright, Secret DIY here, and today on this Fan Dabby Dozy episode I thought I'll do something a bit different and show you some tips and tricks on the good old Mitre saw. So with that said, let's get cracked on, let's get straight into it. So, the first little tip I'm going to show you is how to do repeat cuts. So what I've gone and done is I'm going to set this up here and I'm going to put my clamp on here, and I've clamped it straight to the obviously the Mitre saw, and I've got my thing set up here. What I've done is, like I said, I've clamped this on, and then I've gone and tacked one of these on this side here. So I've tacked this on this side just with a nail. So what happens is this. Basically, I go for my desired length, wherever that is. I saw through that like that. Once you've done that, it's as simple as this. Remember, eyes, ears. Get your piece, which is here, put it into there like so, and then what you do is that, and you've got loads of repeat cuts like this. And as you can see, I've done quite a few already. There we go. Now that is a good tip. Let's get on to the next one. So, you've got a couple of repeat cuts to make. Say this is the size you want, and this is what you're cutting down, so you've got about 3 noggins to do, for argument's sake. So you don't want to be messing about setting up all that malarkey up what you've just seen a minute ago. So all I like to do is I just like to put this on here, like so. Make sure that this end is lined up like that every time, all the time. It has to be lined up like that. Go down like so. Push it against there, push the blade down, and as you can see under here, push that up to there. That's touching. Once that's done, all you do is pull that back, make sure it's all level, pull this bit completely out of the way, and then do your cut. There we have it. Exactly the same size. If you've got a few cuts, just do that. You can't go wrong. There we go. Now, another little tip I want to show you is basically you can make yourself a little stop block like this. Little bit of off cut stop block. And you put this chamfer on like that. There's a reason why you put the chamfer on, but I'll tell you that in a sec. So, you put your stop block on, clamp it on, back of your thing like so. Make sure though that this will go past. That's what you need to keep in mind. As long as that can go past, you can make a few cuts. All you do then, get all that out of the way, just put that up hard against there like so. Eyes, ears, hold on. And you're good to go like so. And there we have it, all 3 done. The sun's doing my head in. So, as you can see, all 3 done. All the same size. Now, there's a few little things about this I want to tell you about. Let's get to the next tip now. So, the reason I've gone and cut a chamfer in like that is because, I'll show you why now. So as you can see here, got loads of dust. So what happens is if I basically start mounting up all these to cut my 3 I've just cut there, and started mounting them, as you can see here, it all starts going under there. like so. So what'll happen is if I pull this back now, all that dust is gone under there and it's got well out the way. So my cuts will be exactly the same all the time. But if I do this very quickly, so I've attached that on, like so, what happens is, all that dust there gathers up, goes up, and then, after a couple of cuts, all goes against there like so. So then what happens is, the cuts end up being a couple of mils shorter, and the more dust builds up in a couple of mils shorter and a couple of mils shorter, and before you know it, you won't have all the cuts exactly the same. So that's why you put the chamfer in on your stop block. Happy days. So you've got a bit of crown moulding now. You want to put a 45, you want to put a 45 on that side, you want to put a 45 on that side. Say you're going around something, doesn't matter, could be a door frame, could be a little cupboard, anything. Some of this size probably be a little cupboard. So put your 45, set up your 45. Okay, once you've done that, put your 45 on. Like so. Once you've done that now, once you've done that, you've got your 45 on here. You don't want to be farting about resetting it, all that. Just come here, you've got your mark, say your mark however big you want it. Put it like that, put it hard up against the thing. Oh, hold on, I've got to sort this out. Right, put it hard up against it. Turn, obviously, you've got this turned over. So you put it hard up against it like that, so you can't see the moulding. And all you do then is this. There you go. You've got your crown mould and model, obviously ready, sorry, to whatever desired length you want it to be. There you go. Right, let's go on to the next tip. So, you come along, got your bit cut, and you think, oh, it's just too big for a noggin or something. You think to yourself, you need to take about just a little, say about 3 mil off, that's it. So what you do, you don't need to measure 3 mil or anything. All you do is your blade is about 3 mil. This blade here is about 3 mil. So all you do is push it over, and if you push on the blade like so, like that, okay, pushing on the blade and then lift the blade up, right, that will give you your 3 mil. Once you've done that here, I'll show you now. As you can see now, it's going to take a little tiny slither off. So, put your eyes on. As you can see, you've got your little slither. And that now is sorted your 3 mil out. So when you go back to your desired job, wherever it may be, to put this noggin back in, it should fit lovely. There we go. Let's go on to the next tip. So, try to make a little shimmy for a door, or whatever it may be. Pack your door out, and obviously you want to cut something like that. Now, in here that will be difficult, because what happens is it always falls down like this in here. So, what I always do for a little, to make a quick zero tolerant throat for this, is I put some masking tape over it, because if this was bigger, this was obviously a bigger saw, that would get stuck and you'd never be able to get it out. It just causes problems, and if it catches, it could chuck out at like 2 billion miles per hour. We don't want that. So what I like to do is, so this doesn't fall down like so, right, what I do is this, put some masking tape, can be any masking tape, doesn't have to be frog tape or green or whatever. Put it over like that, like so. I'll put some more on there. That's well enough, probably overkill, never mind. Then get your piece that you want to cut down for your little shimmy for your door or whatever it may be. I'll tell you what, I'll use this piece, this is bigger. All you do is this. Put it under. I'll do it this way. Put it under so it's a little thing, so see you want to cut that off there. Go a bit more. And there we have it. There we have it. It didn't fall down, just popped off like that, and you sound as a pound. Happy days. So that's it for this episode. I'd just like to turn around and say thanks very much for watching. And I've showed you a few little tips on how to use a mitre saw and what you can do with it. But that's just a start. I've got loads more, but I'm going to leave them for a few more videos, otherwise the video could be like 3 hours long. So with that said, I'd just like to say thanks very much for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.